Ideas for the present, dreams for the future. Your imagination holds the key. Walt Disney once said the era we live in is a dream come true, but there are still plenty of avenues to explore. The Disney Channel invites you to join us now and imagine.
On October 4th, 1957, Russia shook the world by launching the first artificial satellite, Sputnik 1, and the space race was on. 4 years later, President Kennedy committed our country to the goal of landing an American on the moon by the end of the 1960s.
Stand by for pitch over.
And on July 20th, 1969, astronaut Neil Armstrong dropped gently onto the moon's Sea of Tranquility. But just as important, if less spectacular, were the unmanned Earth satellites. Orbiting above the Earth's hazy and turbulent atmosphere, they have opened up amazing worlds of new information. And the Solar Mesosphere Explorer satellite is making its mark too. Launched in 1981, it's right now traveling in orbit 300 miles above the Earth at a speed of 18,000 miles per hour, circling the globe every 96 minutes. That satellite is commanded by students in this control room here in Boulder, Colorado. Dr. Charles Barth is the project scientist and principal investigator for the University of Colorado project. Dr. Barth, how did the university get a hold of a satellite?
Well, we had to ask NASA. What we had to do is we had to write a proposal that described what we wanted to do, send it to NASA. They thought about it for a while and then decided that they would go ahead, they would supply the money, and they would supply the launch vehicle.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, it's a satellite that's studying the upper atmosphere, trying to learn how nature affects that atmosphere. And to do this, the satellite is in a polar orbit, goes around the Earth 16 times a day, and we control it from this room.
Well, what kind of information do you get from the satellite?
Well, what we're trying to learn is what does nature do to our atmosphere. So we're looking for natural events to happen and see what changes they might produce in the atmosphere. One of the things that has happened during this first year of operation is that a volcano went off in Mexico. This volcano put the largest amount of gases in the stratosphere of any volcano in the last 70 years. And we were able to watch this happen. We were able to watch the volcanic gases turn into a cloud. In fact, I think we'll be able to show you much more of that data.
At his computer console, Dr. Gary Thomas showed me how the satellite tracked the gases thrown off by the volcano. The light blue strips on the screen are actually the satellite's path around the Earth. The red and yellow patches in the path show the sulfur dioxide cloud from the volcano moving around the equator. I asked Missions Operations Manager Elaine Hansen if the students were really involved in the project.
Maybe they're a little too involved. Often, they're supposed to work 20 hours a week and no more than that because they're also going to school. Sometimes they get so involved with their work with the computers, with their involvement in the science, that we have to send them back to their studies.
Jafar Nabkal, one of the students, talked to me about his work on the satellite project.
Okay, basically on this display we see the health of the satellite, temperatures and different configurations of certain instruments. And if I call up another page here of data, we can look at the other aspect of the satellite, which is the science data.
Ah, is this the atmosphere?
This is of the atmosphere. Here the display will update in a second here, and we can see we're getting data on the ozone and on carbon dioxide and on the water vapor within the atmosphere itself. Okay, they're ready now for the test data, so we can go ahead and start the test sequence.
Okay, is it on?
So first thing you want to do is you want to call Alaska. Say Alaska SME Control.
Alaska, SME Control.
Alaska.
Okay, this time you want to ask them to AOS the PRT data.
Please AOS PRT Alpha and Bravo test data.
Okay, perfect. Now if we look to the screen here, we shall see the data start to update these fields here.
Okay.
And at the top, that no sync should go to green. Okay, the first thing we got the
Control, this is Alaska. You have PRT online.
Okay.
Alpha and Bravo.
You can say roger that.
Roger that.
Okay, now we've got a good up there, and the data's starting to come in, and it looks like the proper test data at this time.
Okay.
So you can tell Alaska that we have good data.
Alaska, we have good data.
Okay. Now we'll want to watch the data for a minute or so here, and then we'll prepare to send a test command to the ground station.
Great.
Okay, we've just finished the pass. As you can see, the last data came. At this time, you can thank the ground station for their support and release them.
Okay. Thank you for your support, and we release you at this time. Okay, how did I do?
That was excellent. Now you actually commanded the satellite on that pass.
That's fun.
You're a command controller now.
I'm a command controller?
Mm-hmm.
Well, this is Mancita Ferrer, command controller at SME Mission Control in Boulder, Colorado, where everything is A-OK.